Welcome back to the Laurence McKenna channel. Rory Jennings joins me. We've been doing the kickoff tonight on the kickoff True Geordie channel, I want to say. We've just done a good video on Manchester United's, I want to say, it wasn't lucky, but it was fortunate 1-1 away draw. Go over and see that on Rory's channel. But tonight we talk about Liverpool getting a 6-0 win over Leeds at Anfield. What now seems like a fairly sort of statement game from Liverpool.
Yeah, I mean, look, we said it the other day, the title race was blown wide open by Harry Kane and Tottenham, but now it's ridiculous. Now, Pep Guardiola can feel the breath of Jurgen Klopp on his back. Like, that's how close.
Do you think he has good breath?
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, minty. But this is now terrifying for City. This is exactly what they didn't want. I think they wanted it sewn up. Of course they did. Because when it gets to this, every game suddenly becomes a cup final. Manchester City are going to be distracted by the European Cup. I know that they're already through at the moment, but ultimately I think that the looming final of St. Petersburg, or wherever that game ends up being played, is going to be so significant in Pep Guardiola's eye line that he wanted the league sewn up. Whereas look, Liverpool want to win the European Cup, but they don't have to win the European Cup. Whereas it feels every year that City do. So that result today from Liverpool, it was exactly what they wanted it to be. It's a statement, it's an announcement, and the announcement is game on.
A couple of statements within there was one, Liverpool going for as many goals as they possibly could. They want that goal difference because they realise it could come down to that. And they're currently now in the positive goal difference over City. So they're plus 50 in the Premier League. I think they've scored 70, conceded 20. Yeah, that would make sense. And City are plus 46. The point is with City, it's seen now publicly and probably not privately to City. I'd love to know how City fans see it, whether Liverpool are hunting them down or whatever it is, whether City feel hunted or not. But it's now looking like Liverpool have, and you know, Salah said this earlier on, it's like, we're going for the title this season. We want that title.
And you could tell from Jurgen Klopp's celebration after that game that he was desperate for it. You know when he does that punchy thing?
Yeah, I love that at Anfield when he goes down to the Kop.
I know that it's mocked. I know that it's mocked, but it's yours. And I like it. It's a rapport with the fans. The fans love it. Klopp loves it.
He does.
And I thought there was a special moment. I think he did exactly 6 today to represent per goal.
I mean, you've got to admit, there were some special goals in there as well. I think
you loved the
Matip goal.
Matip's
goal.
When that went in, you went mad. It was a good goal, but I'm not on this hype train with you.
Well, there's a little bit of this stuff at Liverpool now where Matip goes on these little mazy runs and he never really had the credit for it because people would sort of go, what's he doing that for? Why has he done that? And it was always key that you could have two defenders that can carry the ball. Van Dijk can do that. And clearly Matip can. But there's good competition in that back line now. Ibrahim Konate, Joe Gomez, Matip, obviously 3 of those competing for that spot alongside a fit Virgil van Dijk is fantastic.
Who also scored?
So
both centre halves on the score sheet.
Yeah, and then Milner and Henderson coming on. Henderson had another good game. He got another one of those good. You know, the intensity in midfield. He wanders around, picks up the ball every now and again. He had a little 1-2 with Salah, and then passed it off to Mane for a nice easy goal for Liverpool tonight. You've got to admit that was probably one of Liverpool's easiest results of the season.
Yeah, they played very well and they were worthy of their win, but they were slightly shaky. I thought Leeds caused Liverpool. It sounds ridiculous, but it is true. I promise. Early on, I'd say the first 10 minutes, Leeds were on top. Obviously, Liverpool never looked back after that penalty. I think it was Curtis Jones, wasn't it? He did well.
I see what you're saying about that, because it's also weird because when Liverpool aren't in full control, it can feel like the other team therefore is in the ascendancy, because you expect to see such control from Liverpool, City, the very top teams, if you want to say, that you instantly go, they're not in control. They must be on the back foot in some way. It's kind of weird.
But I think they were on the back foot. Like it was. Look, don't get me wrong. Robertson whipping that cross in, and it was Dallas, wasn't it? Handball.
That was a bit of a relief.
Change the game. Yeah, that did change the game. I'm not saying that Liverpool were going to struggle long term or whatever. But in terms of the way that the game was going at that exact precise moment,
I get what
Leeds were on top. And the Dallas handball changed everything.
There's also the worry sometimes. I think narrative can play a big part in players' mentality. If the narrative suddenly becomes, right, we've got to grind something out here, boys. It's very different to, I think there was relief around Anfield when it got to 3-0 after 2 penalties and a sumptuous Matip finish.
But also because of that Rafinha goal that was disallowed.
Right,
that was a moment. I think Liverpool, even like the most confident Liverpool fans, when that goal went in, you know when you haven't got a dog in the fight with Liverpool and Man City, like I don't really care. It doesn't
affect me. You can watch
me.
dispassionately.
And also I can just tell you, like, Liverpool always going to win that game. Sure. But you know, sitting next to you, exuding from your person, I could feel, like when that Rafinha goal went in, I don't think it would have changed the game, but I knew that you thought it might. And therefore, the fact that was ruled out, the second that was ruled out, Liverpool were never looking back.
Then let's talk about that for a second, because there was an interesting comment the other day from Fabio Capello, who said Alisson is Liverpool's man of the match game after game after game. And he said that team isn't the team that it once was. And obviously Liverpool fans didn't react well to that. And my first initial gut reaction was, oh, shut up, Fabio. I'm actually a big Capello fan. I do like him, but I do think it was a bit of a silly comment. And then I went into the comments from what I could see, and a few people were sort of they were poo-pooing the idea a little bit. And I'm interested to know what your thought is, because Liverpool do let the other team through with a lot of offsides. And there are a lot of offsides called in the game. And because we play this offside trap, you need to fix that. And because we play this offside trap so often, it means, especially coming in the Premier League now, we play on and they get what looks like a chance. But actually, again, it's been offside. So Liverpool go, well, it was offside, doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I think it's true. Look, if you play someone offside, well, if you do it accurately, if you step up when you should step up and you stop playing, you raise your arm, it's brilliant play. Like Arsenal Football Club through the 90s made referees' decisions for them. Yeah, Adams move up, put his arm up,
and also the lino is much more likely to go back then.
Yeah, they've stopped playing.
Probably, they've stopped playing. So they've got to have done that.
So it's actually, and also playing an efficient and effective offside trap is skillful. You deserve credit. You deserve an awful lot of credit. So I don't necessarily agree with Capello's suggestion. But
it's perception is what I'm saying. I think it's the perception of Liverpool. What I find interesting about it is that perception can sometimes lead to other teams feeling a bit more confident. And weirdly, I think Klopp wants teams to feel confident playing Liverpool.
You need teams to come out against you. Yeah. This isn't something that you have to encourage Leeds United. Like, we're talking about this today, but it's not applicable to today.
Right.
And we obviously know that. But Liverpool are more likely to beat you if you attack them.
Yeah.
And the way that like Mourinho used to do this. Mourinho, a lot of the time when Chelsea would play at home under Mourinho, for the first 15 minutes, we'd be dreadful. We'd be and you go, what's going on? Wake up! And it's not that they were asleep; it's that they were allowing the fullback on the opposition couldn't believe the room he was in.
Yeah,
it allowed him to breathe. It allowed him to believe. He push on. Suddenly, all of a sudden, Damien Duff's running the other way, and you're 1-0 down. You're like, hang on a minute, I was attacking. What happened there?
Yeah.
So
rope-a-dope.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there is a skill in it. But
you have to have real confidence in your players in order to do that, because you have to know that the offside's going to work.
Yeah.
You have to know you're going to be able to stop those guys.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I think that's where Liverpool feel that confidence, because Van Dijk's marshalling the back line. Alisson's often very quick off his line. I know he makes some mistakes sometimes, but I still love him as a goalkeeper and as a character. And then Fabinho.
Nearly that mistake today, 0-0.
Nearly, although that is down to a wet pitch, but I'll still give him. Again, it's a mistake.
Yeah,
but
wet or dry, you can't be doing that.
No, exactly. He does have a few too many of those in him, but I still love him as a goalkeeper, and I would love him to stay at Liverpool.
He's still one of the best goalkeepers in the league, but bad mistake.
Fabinho is a real control for Liverpool in midfield. His tackling is the way he gets the ball forward so quickly, and to have Thiago next to him, Fabinho, Thiago,
and then Henderson on the bench.
And Henderson came on again.
Not bad
midfield,
on the ball,
like I said. And then not only that, but we're looking at a rotating front line of Mane's now starting as the main striker. Salah's off on one side, Luis Diaz is on the other. And Luis Diaz, every game I see him, more and more I go, oh, that's brilliant what he's done there. That's great. So I'm really happy with Luis Diaz so far, and I think a lot of people doubted him.
Mate, he's hit the ground running as well. He's been brilliant.
And that is real credit to Liverpool's training staff. So real positives tonight for Liverpool. I think they'll have, like I said, this wasn't the challenge game, but there are some challenging games to come.
Every game now, though, is a cup final.
And if you're building up momentum, literally, the next game for Liverpool and Chelsea is a cup final. So the next...
Make sure you come to Night Town.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The next thing that we're doing together is Nike Town, 4:30, Saturday. You can get tickets on our socials. It'll be on my Instagram in a little while. It's on Rory's Twitter, my Twitter as well. The tickets aren't paid for, completely free, but you can come along, see Harry Kewell, Jody Morris, Rory Jennings, Laurence McKenna, and Kyle Walker previewing the Carabao Cup final. See you guys there. Go over to Rory's channel, watch the video we did tonight, and we love you guys. Next video with you, Sunday, when someone's won or lost. Oh, it might be Saturday, actually, preview. Then Sunday, win or lost.
Sweet.
See you guys later. Much love. Bye.